Start?
Yes, sir.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the second series of Forensic Odontology lectures. This is organized by Tirthankar Mahavir Dental College of Tirthankar Mahavir University in association with Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology and Association of Forensic Odontology of Human Rights. It is organized by Department of Oral Rights and Radiology. Welcome. And our odontology lectures is organized by Hello. Dental College of Tirthankar Mahavir University in association with Ranjit, I can hear some echo. Forensic Odontology and Association of Forensic Odontology of Human Rights. It is organized by Department of Oral Rights and Radiology. Welcome. And I welcome our the principal, our Manish Goyal sir, our Chancellor sir Suresh Jain sir, our Vice Chairman sir Sri Manish Jain sir, our Principal Manish Goyal sir, Vice Chancellor Dr. Raghuveer Singh sir, and our Joint Registrar Dr. Aditya Sharma sir, and the organizing committee and my fellow faculty members who supported for this program. Today we have 5 eminent speakers from Indonesia, Australia, USA, and from Sri Lanka. But today's our guest speaker, the eminent personality, Madam Lisda Cancer. She is speaking on management of DVI Operation in Indonesia. She is currently a Senior Superintendent of Police, Head of the Department of DVI Department, Indonesia. She has completed Master of Biotechnology, the Forensic DNA from Flinders University, Adelaide, Australia, 2011 to 13. In 1987 to 1994, she completed Faculty of Dentistry, University of Indonesia, Jakarta. She joined the Police Academy and completed Police Advanced courses and leadership courses since 1994. She has completed many courses on DVI and Forensic Odontology courses in 2004 and 2006 in many universities in Indonesia. In 2007, she completed Forensic Biomolecular DNA at Adelaide, Australia. 2014, she completed International DVI Commander's Sense from Australia. 2007, she became the head of the Department of Medical and Health Services of INP. She is involved many task forces since 2004 to 2019 at national and international level. Other experiences as Interpol DVI meeting and courses, DVI training in anti-kidnapping group of Philippines National Police. Attended many international training courses. Here I introduce with Dr. Lisda Cancer. Over to you, madam. And I welcome Dr. Manish Goyal sir on this forum to say a few words. Sir?
Yeah. Good afternoon, all of you, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Am I audible, please?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Lisda. So as an eminent speaker for today, along with Dr. Gorio, who is the president of Forensic Odontology Society, and all our participants from 40 different countries. I really appreciate the efforts of the organizers, especially Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Navneet, and Dr. M.K. Sunil, who have taken all the initiative to make this event possible, where we have more than 1100 registrations. And this is the second series of lectures on forensic odontology, which is going to continue till 22nd of May. I welcome you all once again, and I wish that you are going to gain lots from the expertise of Dr. Lisda. So wish you all the very best. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I welcome Professor Dr. Goria sir to say a few words. He is the president of Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology. Sir.
Good morning, everybody. Shri Suresh Jainji, Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chief Patron, Shri Manish Jainji, Honorable Vice Chairman, Dr. Raghuveer Singh Ji, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Manish Goel, Principal, Sir, Dr. Aditya Shan, Joint Registrar, Dr. M.K. Sunil, Professor and Head, and Dr. Neeraj Taneja, Program Coordinator, Dr. Ranjit Singh, CEO, and all dear participants. It is my great privilege to inaugurate the lecture series 2 on forensic odontology being organized by Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology, Tirunthakar Mahavir Dental College and Research Center. I congratulate the same team for the successful completion of the lecture series 1 on forensic odontology. I welcome all of you to the lecture series 2, where eminent experts from the different parts of the world are going to deliver the lecture. I welcome Lisda Cancer, Head of DVI Department of Indonesia National Police, Dr. Jaine Viratne, Institute of Legal Medicine and Toxicology, Colombo, and Dr. Roger D. Metcalf, Diplomat of American Board of Forensic Odontology, Dr. John William Barketa, University of Adelaide, Australia, and Dr. Stephen Knott from University of Western Australia. So they are going to speak on very useful different topics, which are got as per the aims and objective of the Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology, which was formed in 2008, and now it has about 250 members, which are actively working for the upliftment of the forensic odontology throughout the region and India, as well as in the whole of the world. I hope lecture series 2 on forensic odontology is going to be even better than the lecture series 1. I congratulate all the organizers and give my good wishes to them for the successful completion of the lecture series 2. And I hope at the end, all the participants, they will be much wiser. They will learn what forensic odontology is. And at this point, I will like to request all the participants that they should become the member of Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology, so that the forensic odontology can spread. You will be benefited, Academy will be benefited, and mutually we will work together for the upliftment of the forensic odontology. I wish you good luck. Have a great day, and bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. I request now the chairman of Association of Forensic Odontology of Human Rights, Professor Dr. Emilio.
So I'm welcoming everyone on behalf of Emilio because he is busy in taking classes. So welcome you all in the second series of the lecture, and hope we will going to do more in our future also. So we'll going to fulfill all the aims of the AFSR, that is Association Forensic Odontology for the Human Rights. And I welcome all the person on behalf of Tirunthakar Mahavir University, National PG College. And we are supposed to, Madam Principal, Madam Dr. Neeraj Singh join in the inauguration session, but she was stuck in some meeting. So she will definitely join in some other validity days or in between any lecture. So I welcome all the participants, and thank you Manish sir for your encouraging word. Thank you Goria sir for encouraging word and giving a strength to us. And thank you Dr. Neeraj Singh, Madam Principal, Madam National PG College, for believing in us and giving a large number of participants from the National PG College. So by this, I think I say Emilio is there. I think please send me the 1 second. I think we can connect Emilio. Give me 1 minute only. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
So in this 5 days, we are going to have the different participants, different lectures from the different part. And today we have a lecture from the Lisda Cancer, and she is the head of DVI Department of Indonesia National Police. And she is going to talk about the management DVI operation in India, in Indonesia. So how the DVI is operating in Indonesia. So Professor Emilio, are you in meeting? So we can welcome Professor Emilio in between if he is
Okay, fine.
smiling.
Yeah, we can start it.
I request Madam Lisda to continue with your presentation. Welcome, Madam.
Welcome.
Okay,
Madam.
thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope all of you stay safe and stay healthy in this uncertain condition due to the COVID-19. So first of all, I would like to thank for the committee who organized this great serial lecture. So and inviting me to share our experience in the DVI operation in Indonesia. So, can you see my presentation for the participant?
You just start screen sharing because as of now we are not able to see the presentation.
This one?
If there is a screen, a
Okay.
share screen button.
Can you see?
Share screen. You can share your presentation. We are not able to see your presentation.
Yeah, I will check it. Sorry, yes, sorry. Oh, where is it? Can you see it right now?
In a bottom menu, you see there is a green color button, might be a green color or some other color, share screen near the text box.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just click on the share screen and select the presentation.
Oh my God, sorry. I couldn't find it, sorry.
I request all the participants kindly unmute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. Participant, kindly mute yourself.
So, what happened with the? Oh, this one. Can you see now?
Yes, now we can see.
Okay, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
No problem, please.
Okay. So, is it from you or? Would you like to go to the next? So I can.
You just click on the any place like management and press the next button. Click on your presentation.
Okay, sorry. Okay, before starting the presentation, I would like to remind you that some of my slides are confidential. So please do not take a picture of the victim or DVI activity due to the respect to the human right of the victim and the family. I would like to start my presentation with the introducing of my beloved country, Indonesia. Indonesia is a government is a republic with the presidential system. It has 34 provinces with more than 300 ethnic groups, with more than 700 languages, and the capital city is Jakarta. Indonesia share land borders with Papua New Guinea, East Timor, and eastern part of Malaysia. And our neighboring countries are Singapore, Vietnam, the Philippines, Australia, Palau, and Indian Andaman and Nicobar Island. This is, you can have a look, the beautiful Indonesia. There is a beautiful scenery, mountain scenery, and also beautiful sea in Raja Ampat, and also you can see the heritage of Borobudur, and also the dancing and the animal and the the traditional music and also delicious food. Yeah, but unfortunately, the Indonesia located in a prone area. So because Indonesia located in the three main tectonic plate, and also Indonesia sit on the ring of fire where the plates collide. And also Indonesia has around 130 active volcano, and the volcano is ready to erupt whenever they want. Indonesia is a big, has a lot of island, more than 18,000 island, and area is around more than 2 million kilometers square, and the population is around, and the population is around 250 million with the various ethnicity, religion, and also cultural background. It makes Indonesia high risk to disaster, either natural disaster like earthquake, landslide, flood, or mount eruption, and tsunami as well. And also high risk to unnatural disaster like air transport accident, and also terrorist act and social conflict. This is the map, the potential to disaster in Indonesia. You can see from the map, from December in January, there will be flood, landslide, and high wave. And in March, April, and May, there is a tornado, lightning, and hail. And move to June, July, and August, there will be drought, forest fire, and high wave. And then in September, October, November, there will be tornado, lightning, and hail. So it can be seen from the map that all year long, disaster threatening Indonesia. So I don't want to scare you about my place in Indonesia, but Indonesia is still a beautiful country. So we still invite you to come to Indonesia and don't have to be worried about disaster in Indonesia. So this is the disaster in Indonesia from 2017 until 2019. It can be seen from the table that in 2018, we have the victim, that affected victim and the refugee around 10 million, and the death victim more than 3,000. The big number comes from the Lombok earthquake in July, as well as Palu earthquake and tsunami in September. They contribute a lot of death victim in our data. And aftermath disaster, there will be human victim, dead or injured. For the injured victim, we give them like a basic need support. We give them the first aid, medication, and also clean water, food. It's kind of the basic life need. And for the dead victim, we have to identify the dead victim first before send the dead victim to their family with the dignity and with the respect. So we identified the dead victim through the DVI process, because in the DVI process we use the scientifically, so we avoid the misidentification for the dead victim. This is the DVI operation that have been done in Indonesia in 2011. There is a total 27 disaster, and the death victim had been identified as 1,123 death victim. This is the natural disaster: is landslide, earthquake and tsunami, flash flood, and tsunami. And for the unnatural disaster, there were sea transport, traffic accident, mine exploitation, and terrorism, fire, and plane crash. And this is the DVI operation in 2019. We done the 15 disaster with and the victim that the death victim have been identified were 242, and the kind of the natural disaster is flood and gold mining, flash flood, and earthquake. And for the natural disaster, sea transport accident, and also both fire, traffic accident, plane crash, and water transport accident, and also we have suicide bombing cases. Before I starting for the how we perform the DVI operation, I will introduce you about the DVI organization in our country, in Indonesia. So DVI organization is in Indonesia is under police organization. This is the organization structure of DVI in Indonesia. In headquarters, you can see from this structure, this is the Chief of Indonesia National Police. We call it Kapolri. And under the Chief of Indonesia National Police, there is a Center for Medical and Health Services. And under Center for Medical and Health Services, there are 4 departments. The first one is Department of Medical Checkup and Department of Health Services, Department of Police Medical, and Department of DVI. And I'm the head of this department. And also, Indonesia National Police has the hospital. It's the police hospital. INP has 52 hospitals spread to the all province in Indonesia. And this is the DVI organization structure in the regional police. This is the Chief of Regional Police, and under the Chief of Regional Police, there is a Medical and Health Department. And under the Medical Health Department, there is a Police Medical Sub-Department and Health Service Sub-Department. And the DVI section is under the Police Medical Sub-Department. And also in the regional police, we also has a police hospital. And this is the main task of DVI department. The first is to create a key plans, procedure, strategic, and policy about DVI. And also we organize DVI training and research and development programs. And also we supervise, assist, and control all the Indonesian DVI operation and activity. And also we establish networking nationally and internationally. And this is our goal because the department is developed on 2017. So we still make effort to reach our goal to be top referral from the whole police region or from the whole province. So and also our goal to afford to the Center for Education as a Center for Education and Training, and also as the Center for Research and Development, and also as Center for Data and Information, and also Center for Antemortem database. So right now we move to DVI operation that we perform when there is a disaster. Yes, the first one is coordination. Even though the DVI organization is under the police organization, but when disaster happen, we INP or we cannot do alone. So we make a coordination and a cooperation with other agency. So if there is an accident, so the first we do is a coordination and cooperation with other agency. And we invite and yes, do some meeting and make a coordination. And then we do the assessment and initial response to the scene so that we can make the STP or standard tactical plan. And also we make situation report day by day to see our progress when performing the DVI operation. And when performing the DVI operation, we are using the Interpol DVI guideline and also using the Indonesia DVI guide. We still develop Indonesia DVI guide. This is based on the Interpol DVI guideline with make some adjustment so the guideline is appropriate with our country or our jurisdiction. And this is the organization structure when we performing the DVI operation. Actually, this is the basic structure. It can be simple or it can be complex. It depending on the disaster, the kind of disaster, whether it's closed or open disaster, or this is natural disaster or man-made disaster. So it's different, but the basic organizer is like this one. There is the chief of INP and chief of Center for Medical and Health, and this is the DVI commander appointed by the chief of INP via the chief of Center for Medical and Health. There are scene coordinator and also postmortem coordinator, antemortem coordinator, and reconciliation coordinator. And under each coordinator, there is a specialist section. This is for the specialist or the expert, like such as pathology forensic, odontology forensic, fingerprint expert, DNA expert. Aside that, we also have a supporting coordinator. Supporting coordinator is support us, provide us the supply, the logistic, and also the refreshment, and also it's about welfare of the DVI team. And also we have a public relation coordinator. This is related to other liaise to other agency, as well as liaise with the media. For when performing the DVI operation, we are using the methods of identification, two methods. The first one is primary method of identification, consists of friction risk analysis, and also known as fingerprint. And also and the second is odontology forensic and DNA analysis. For the fingerprint, why fingerprint put into the primary method? Because fingerprint has a superiority, like fingerprint. There is no similarity between two persons with the fingerprint. This fingerprint is very unique. And the similarity between the two persons have not been reported. And also the fingerprint, if there is a wound in your finger, and after the wound is healing, there is will back to the old pattern. And so the fingerprint do not change. And also the fingerprint can be classified. And then move to forensic odontology forensic. Yeah, as I think you already know about the superiority of the teeth, because the teeth is the hardest material in our body. So it it's still intact when the body already decomposed or severely burned, but the teeth is still in a good condition based on our experience. And the third is DNA analysis. This is the best tool when performing the DVI operation, when the dental record and the fingerprint data is not available. And the second method of identification is a secondary method. We are using the personal data, also known as the medical data, and also the clothing evidence or property. And when performing the DVI operation, we do the DVI phase. There are 4 phases for DVI operation. The first one is phase 1, the scene, and phase 2 is postmortem or mortuary activity to collect the postmortem data from the dead body, and phase 3 is antemortem data or the missing person data collection, and the first 4 is reconciliation. And for the phase 1 or the scene, activity at the scene is searching, labeling, taking record, covering the remains, and evacuate the dead body to the appointed hospital. In Indonesia, when do the scene, search the scene, we can do alone, because usually to evacuate the dead body is a search and rescue team. So with their volunteers and also the first responder, because sometimes DVI team do not have the capacity to evacuate the victim, especially for the difficult scene, for example, for the plane crash into the sea or the plane crash on the top of the mountain. So usually the search and rescue team will do the evacuation for the victim. And then we move to phase 2, so to the postmortem. Usually, we perform the postmortem activity in a police hospital, but if the police hospital is not available in that area, so we use the public hospital, which belongs to the Ministry of Health, and when it's not available as well, for example, the hospital damaged due to the disaster, we can build the temporary mortuary by then. So we call it the field mortuary. So the process in the mortuary is general and physical examination, and also taking photo and do the autopsy, and also do the dental examination, and also sampling the sample for DNA examination. And the expert involved in the phase 2 postmortem is forensic pathologist, forensic odontologist, anthropologist, fingerprint expert, DNA expert, and any other expert if they need it, depending of the disaster or our need. This is the postmortem activity. We take the fingerprint by the fingerprint expert. In Indonesia, fingerprint experts is not the same department with the DVI department, but fingerprint expert is under the CID, Criminal Investigation Department. So we collaborate with them to do the fingerprint identification. And also we do the dental examination with by the dentist for the forensic odontologist. And also we do the record for the mark or tattoo or medical finding. And then also examine the property. And also do the DNA examination, but our laboratory is separated with the hospital, but we have the biggest DNA laboratory in Jakarta. And now we move to phase 3, Antemortem. The activities in Antemortem is not only for Antemortem data collection, but also the Family Assistance Center. Based on our experience when performing the DVI operation, phase 3 or Antemortem is the most difficult part of DVI operation, because in phase 3 we work together with the family who imbalance emotional, because they very sad, sometimes they very angry. They didn't accept that their family to be as a victim. They sometimes deny, and they sometimes they didn't believe. So it this is make the imbalance emotion with the family. So it's very difficult to get the data. It's very difficult to get the information that we need from the family. So that's why, aside the collecting the data, the Antemortem data, we also built the Family Assistance Center. This center is to provide the information to the family, and also make the family very comfortable to give the information to us. So in this Family Assistance Center, we involve the psychologists and also maybe psychiatrists, and also we invite the religion leader, maybe some family more comfortable to talk with the religion leader. So that's why we built also Family Assistance Center when performing the DVI operation. And the resources for antemortem data we got from the family, from the next of kin, and from medical doctor, dentist, and also police. And for the foreign victim, we have a cooperation with the NCB Interpol in Jakarta, and also we have a cooperation with the embassy. And this is the activity for the Family Assistance Center. This is for the Family Assistance Center we do it when performing the DVI operation for the Lion Air GT 610 in Jakarta in 2018. This is the family get the counseling from the psychologist. And this is the family. We regularly give them information what is the progress of DVI operation, so they can be patient to awaiting the result of identification process. And now this is the phase 4 for the reconciliation. Reconciliation is comparison between antemortem and postmortem data. So we already got the postmortem data from phase 2, and also we got the antemortem data from phase 3, and we do the match with the reconciliation process. And this reconciliation process, we also confirm the identity to the satisfaction of the identification board. This is some picture of the reconciliation activity. All the experts come together and see the expert do the presentation, what they finding both in postmortem data, in antemortem data. And after that, we do the press conference. This is to give the information to the media what we have done about the DVI process. And before we do the press conference, when the victim already been identified, we give the information first to the family. So after we performing the reconciliation process and there is a victim have been identified, we invite the family and say and talk to them that your family have been identified. So I will make the press conference. Would you like to allow us to give the information to media or any other to the media? So if the family say okay, so we do the press conference. So because the family has the right to know first and has the right to allow us to give the information to the media. And this is the facilities that we have in the DVI operation. Yes, we have that I already mentioned about to you, that we have 52 police hospitals spread into the all province in Indonesia. And also we have the forensic odontology unit with the database and the software as well. And also we have the DNA laboratory, and also we equip the DVI unit in all province. And also we have a DVI data and information system. This is when we performing the how to send the data from the all province to our system, so we can open the data from the central, so they don't need to send the data via like a hard copy and send to Jakarta. And also we have Antemortem database for fingerprint, because maybe Evi Untoro has said that Indonesia, for the citizen, after 70 years, they have they have an identity card, and that in that identity card, before get the identity card, we have to record our fingerprint and also record our iris. So Indonesia has the fingerprint database and also iris database, and this fingerprint database kept by the Ministry of Home Affairs. But if there is a disaster with the MAMBES system, with our fingerprint expert, the MAMBES system can link to our database, the fingerprint database in the Ministry Home Affairs, and can do the match process. And also we have Antemortem database, but only for the, at the moment we have DNA database, but only for the police officer who work in the high risk position. For example, for the brigade mobile or just like and maybe a terrorist squad, and also for the odontogram. We have also odontogram for the police officer. So I forget to the police. I will give you for the police hospital. We have the big one, the Central Police Hospital in Jakarta. The facility that we have, there are 20 autopsy table. So if there is a disaster, so we can do the postmortem examination concurrently for the 20 table. And also we have the body storage up to 100 dead body can be stored there. And this is our networking when performing the DVI operation, but actually it's not only during the disaster we have a networking, but also pre-disaster or before disaster and after disaster. We have a regularly meeting, we have regularly workshop, seminar, or focus group discussion, training, simulation, or exercise, both either tabletop exercise or field exercise. This is our networking. In national, we have a National Disaster Mitigation Agency. This is the coordinator of every disaster in Indonesia. And also we have a search and rescue team for the evacuate the dead victim. And also we have networking with the Ministry of Health. They also provide the medical doctor, provide the dentist, and also provide the hospital when the police hospital is not available in that area. And yes, we have a networking with the Home Affairs related with the fingerprint database, and also to issue the death certificate. And also we have a networking with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs if there are foreigner as a victim, and also Ministry of Welfare to get the like a social compensation for the family. And also we have a networking with the armed forces, universities, and also with the medical, dental, or forensic organization or association, and also have networking with the Red Cross. And for the international networking, we have Interpol. Every year, Interpol has a DVI unit, and every year they organize the meeting and conference, and every year Indonesia also send the delegates to the meeting and conference. And we also have networking with the ASEAN NAPO. ASEANAPOL right now also have ASEAN Police Forensic Science Network, and they this is for two areas. The first for the DVI and for CSI. So every year ASEANAPOL also organize meeting and conference, and Indonesia also send the delegates on that meeting. And also we have a networking with the police organization, like with the Australian Federal Police, Canadian, and also the UK police, and Philippines, Malaysia, yes, and any other police organization. And also networking with embassy. And also we have a forensic organization or association like INPALMS, like APMLA or AFSN, to work together, and any other institution. This is our networking so far, and so we regularly have a meeting and sharing our knowledge and experience. And now I'm going to share how we develop our DVI human resources. We have a postgraduate program. We usually send our DVI team to do the postgraduate program, either in Indonesia or in outside Indonesia. I mean, in a foreign country. So we send our DVI team to Australia mostly to take the Master of Forensic Science, Master of Forensic Odontology, and also we send our DVI team to UK as well. And then we also do the seminar, workshop, focus group discussion, simulation, and exercise. And also we organize the training. Regularly, we organize at least 2 training in a year. The kind of our training is basic training, DVI basic training, intermediate or specialized, like mortuary management training, and Antemortem data collection training, and also dental DVI and forensic odontology training. And also we organize the training of the trainer, so the trainer can be sent to the other province to train our team in every province. And also we have DVI commanders training. I will give you the example of our basic training in 2018. We organized it in JC Lake in Semarang, Indonesia. The participant is not only from Indonesia, but also from outside Indonesia, such as Malaysia, Thailand, Timor-Leste, and Fiji. There were 20 participants, and the topic is not training is not only in the class, but also in the field. And this is the basic training we organized in 2019. And we also invited participants from outside Indonesia, such as Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea. Yes, this is the, you can see from the picture, this is the train about how to do the scene at the scene disaster. And this is the DVI Commander course in 2020, in January 2020. The topic for the DVI Commanders is collaboration and coordination. So that's why we invite not only from INP, but also from any other agency, like a National Disaster Mitigation Agency, and also Search and Rescue Agency, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Welfare, and Indonesian Red Cross. And also we invite Malaysia Police as a participant. So the topic for DVI Commander course is mostly for coordination and collaboration. This is the simulation. We have a simulation. We give the scenario to the participant, and we monitor the participant activity through the command center and give them the situation, and they will the situation. We give them the situation, the problem, and we can see how they solve the problem through this monitor. And also, we also perform the training not only in Indonesia, and also we organize the training in foreign countries. So far we have 4 trainings that organized in foreign countries. So we send the trainer to Sudan, to Thailand twice, and to Philippines. This is the DVI training in Thailand in 2017, funded and organized by the Thailand Central Institute of Forensic Science. There were 2 participants, and the level of the training is a basic level. So we went there to share our knowledge and experience to Thailand. The participant is not only from the SIF, but also they invite also the police and any other agency who deal with the disaster. And again, in 2018, we been invited as well by the SIF, and we organize also the intermediate level for 20 participants. And this is the latest DVI course in Philippines in 2020, before the COVID-19 or coronavirus outbreak, unfortunately. And this is funded by the British Embassy in Manila. And the 20 participants from the anti-kidnapping group from the Philippine National Police. And the topic is Antemortem data collection. So this is the special for how to collect the Antemortem data from the family. Yes, so I think this nearly the end of my presentation. I just want to introduce you give the information about the prominent disaster in Indonesia from 2000 until 2019. We have Bali bombing twice in 2002 and in 2005. And also we have a JW Marriott bombing in 2003. We have also Australian embassy bombing in 2004, and Aceh tsunami. Maybe you still remember this is the biggest one. There were more than 200,000 death victims at that time. And also we have a Garuda air crash in Yogyakarta in 2007. And we have the second JW Marriott bombing with the Ritz-Carlton in 2009. And we have immigrant boat capsized, the 3 cases in 2011 and in 2013 twice. This is the immigrant boat capsized. Actually, they were going to go to Australia, but the boat capsized in Indonesia ocean. So we performed the DVI operation to identify the immigrant. Actually, this is the illegal immigrant. And also we have Air Asia plane crash in 2014. And in 2018, we have a Lombok earthquake, and the biggest one, and the Palu and tsunami earthquake in 2018. The victim is more than 2,000 dead body. And also we have a Lion Air plane crash in 2011, and also has Sunda Strait tsunami. Involve the 2 provinces, Lampung and Banten, and also we have a Sentani flash flood in 2019. And this is the prominent disaster in international. And for this disaster, we send the DVI team to join with the local DVI team. The first we joined the DVI operation was in Australia in 2009, and the Victoria bushfire. There were also 2 Indonesian students as a victim. So we went there and helped the DVI and joined with the any other DVI team in there. And the second, we also sent the DVI team to the Korea for the Orion boat capsize. This is actually the boat belongs to the Korea, but the fishermen were from Indonesia. The boat capsized in the Bering Strait in Russia, but the dead victim sent to Korea. So we perform the DVI operation in Korea. And also we send the DVI team to the MH70 crash in Ukraine, in Netherlands actually, for the DVI operation. And also we send the DVI team to Nepal to help identify the earthquake victim. And also we send the DVI team to Mina accident to Saudi Arabia when the pilgrim Indonesia died in Saudi Arabia. And also we have many boat capsized in Singapore and Malaysia Sea. This is the worker from Indonesia mostly. Yeah, this is the conclusion with my presentation is Indonesia needs DVI due to the geographic and demographic condition. And yes, the DVI is very important for the humanity and investigation. And effort has to be done to improve DVI capacity and capability. And yes, the coordination and cooperation is needed, both national and internationally. Yeah, thank you for your attention. If you have any inquiry, don't hesitate to contact me or email me with to this. You can contact me this number with via WhatsApp, or you can email me. This is my private email, and this is my office email. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Lisda, for the good presentation. So I'll request participants, those who have the relevant question related to the her presentation, they can raise their hand or they can type their question. Those who are watching YouTube live, they can type question on YouTube. I'll try to take maximum question from all the YouTube and that question typed here. So I'm going to take, yes, Dr. Neha Acharya.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am, for delivering this informative lecture. Ma'am, I want to know that as you have mentioned in your presentation about the training program.
Yes.
So I would like to introduce myself to you. Myself, Dr. Neha Acharya. I am studying in GFSU, Gujarat Forensic Science University. So I will be pass out in December. So I wanted to know that how could I join the training program in Indonesia? I'm a forensic odontologist. Hello.
Oh, okay. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the training, because for the training you can especially because the training sometimes we have a cooperation with the donor country, so they already have the country who will be invited to our country. But for the next training, I will put you from India, put you to for the next training. So I will talk to the organizer. Is it available to invite you or not?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other participant had the question? So no question from any other participant, either on the chat or on a mic or on a YouTube live. So thank you, Professor Lisda, for a wonderful lecture. I'd like to Professor Sunil to give the closing remark. Professor Sunil.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your sharing your experience as well as your knowledge on the DVI and how the disasters happen and all those things. So thank you once again from our organizing committee. I thank you sincerely for accepting our invitation and at this forum.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think Professor Emilio sir is there. So
yeah,
I welcome Emilio sir to say
I
a few
request
words.
Professor Emilio to come and say a few words about the opening of lecture series 2. Professor Emilio.
Scusatemi un secondo. Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, it is Dr. Lisda. It is a real pleasure for us to have you. It was utmost important to discuss the DVI process, and you are one of the experts. I'm very happy that you accepted the invitation and shared your experience. We were looking forward to have you in this lecture series. As you know, when we talk about DVI process, we need to consider the multidisciplinary work, pathologists and odontologists, one next to another one. We work together. It's a teamwork, and it's so important that we keep this teamwork attitude and behavior.
Yeah.
We, thanks to the organization committee and all the colleagues from India, this now has become something that we are spreading worldwide. As Dr. Ranjit said, we have practically reached more than 1,000 colleagues who are interested in identification. but also they're not only interested in identification, they are looking for best practices, principles, and criteria. And that's why all the speakers who have been invited will definitely represent a model for all of us. Thank you again, Dr. Cancer, and I wish a good day to all the colleagues.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such encouraging words. Thank you so much.
So, although we are in a virtual space, but I like to request Lisda Cancer to accept our certificate for presentation. Madam, we like to present one certificate of your presentation for delivering such a wonderful talk to the audience. Kindly accept it.
Thank you very much. I accept your certificate. Thank you so much.
So tomorrow again, we'll join with the next lecture, and same time at 1 p.m. of the IST. And tomorrow we are going to have the lecture with Dr. Jenny and Institute of Legal Medicine and Toxicology in Colombo, Sri Lanka. And her topic will be forensic odontology in criminal investigation. So by this, I like to conclude today's session. And I like Professor Neeraj to say a closing remark. Professor Neeraj.
Neeraj? Dr. Neeraj?
I think Dr. Neeraj, if you can unmute by yourself. Dr. Neeraj, can you hear us? I think it is not on. So thank you everyone for coming to the lecture. Tomorrow we'll see you again at the same time.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.